Okay, so it's we need to deploy today SCVMM, the System Center Configuration Manager software, and that for that we need to download some software from the Blackboard. So go to the week 5 and try to download the two software. Which one? Let me just show you. So week 5 has these two. ADK, we need that assessment and deployment toolkit. So start downloading that. This is 3 gigabyte, and so guys, we have SCVMM 2012 already in our prototype folder in C drive, but that is just SCVMM 2012. So we tried in other class and it gave us errors. So then I had to just search from last year that SCVMM 2012 R2. So that R2 was what we were using last year. I asked Cyrus to download the R2 one, but somehow he copied non-R2. R2 is release 2, so it has a lot of advanced features there. So we cannot use that prototype version. We need to use that SCVMM 2012 R2 version here. So please download both of these. These are big downloads, but we have good download speed here, I guess. So you'll be able to download both of these software here. So please go ahead and start downloading. Yeah.
Can we download it onto our VM, or just download it on the host?
Both of them inside your VM, which is server 2. So yeah. So I'll just write it down here. So guys, these two, please download these two. So that's very nice, but you could just understand now. I'm sure you understood before as well, but I could just still keep on decorating it. That's better, right? Okay, so once you've started the download, these two need to be inside server 2. Okay, I didn't write that actually. So copy them inside server 2. So power on all the 4 servers here, and then copy these two software inside server 2. So we're not going to use obviously SCVMM in prototype folder, so make sure it's R2. Okay, so if the download has started, then let's just talk about the SCVMM that we're about to install here. If in case I ask you in the midterm to install the whole lab, like a practical lab, if in case, so you have to then really install all the prerequisites. You must have the software. Well, I'll give the software. So in 4 hours time you have to install and create the whole environment and do a lot of labs, and I'm just gonna mark you for that if it is a practical. Otherwise it's going to be more dangerous than that, which is true false quiz and open book. Yeah, everyone is if it's open book, we're gonna be okay. Okay, so can't wait to see, right? Cool. So SCVMM, first of all, is what it is: a Systems Center Configuration Virtual Machine Manager, not configuration. So this is the main Microsoft product that is there for handling virtual environment, right? So Systems Center Virtual Machine Manager. Till now, what we were doing was we were installing hypervisors, we were configuring hypervisors, we were doing labs on just hypervisors. But suppose if you have 200, 300 or more or 500 hypervisors there, then you need a central enterprise grade application that will handle those hypervisors. So that's why we have this SCVMM that Microsoft created. Now SCVMM is there from Microsoft, and then there is vCenter there to centrally control and manage all the virtual environment. In VMware it is vCenter, in Microsoft it is SCVMM that centrally controls the whole virtual environment, right? It centrally controls the whole virtual environment. And strange that I did not copy any of the labs. And I'm recording this. Yeah. So, am I? Oh, yeah, I am. I just confirmed. Yes, so let's just go ahead and try to check out. Oh, well, okay. The arrow is now pointing to the wrong area here. So, I hope you were downloading that, and let's just go ahead. So we had hypervisors here, right? So they were just two hypervisors, and we were managing virtual machines in two hypervisors. In two hypervisors, we were managing virtual machines and testing different virtualization features. But if we have suppose 500 hypervisors having suppose 8,000 VMs, virtual machines, in a large environment, in a large virtual environment, then we have to use central application offering dashboard for controlling the hypervisors, the VMs, the storage, and the networking, right? So all these have to be handled centrally from an application now. That's why we are installing and trying to understand what is SCVMM, and this is the use case there. If you have a large environment, you need that, right? So that's why we are installing now SCVMM, Systems Center Virtual Machine Manager. So we're going to check that. What are the features there? What are the advanced features that we want there? Now, is it already downloaded for everyone? Okay. So it's like slow, fast? Oh, slow? Okay. Oh, 5-7 minutes remaining. Oh, okay. Well, yeah, it's gonna take some time. So until then, we can try some other features. So what we were talking about here is that it is enterprise. First point is that it is enterprise grade application which centrally controls the whole Microsoft virtualization environment. It manages all hypervisors and virtual machines. That's what second thing we need to know. So in a exam, maybe I would just ask that vCenter manages all hypervisors and virtual machines, for example Hyper-V. So vCenter is for VMware, right? So obviously it will be a wrong question here, but these are the trick questions that I'll be throwing your way, and let's see who finds out that suppose it's vCenter that controls Hyper-V. It's SCVMM that controls the Hyper-V, not vCenter, right? So just giving you an example, some preview of what how much tricky the true false could be. And the last class, they had no idea on first midterm, and they were like shocked when they saw their numbers. So they made me do that true false 20 questions also, and they thought that I will miss it. Hey, I created that, seriously. So but anyway, it was so tricky that one or two questions I was also like thinking, hey, what was the answer for that? So anyway, so I'm just trying to mentally prepare you that good luck. Okay.
Just don't make it so tricky. I think that would be good.
Yes. Okay. Open book and not tricky. Wow. Cool. So it's already open book. So I might ask you to come here to do that, or maybe you can just do it at home. So that needs to be decided. Yeah. So flexible, right? Teacher of the year, right? Okay. So what we're talking about SCVMM is it manages all hypervisors and virtual machines. So vCenter in VMware, SCVMM in Microsoft. So you probably will see both of them in big organizations when you go for job there. It also manages the storage and networking for these hypervisors and VMs. I did mention that, and I think maybe one of you may have gone to the virtualization teacher there. Did you get that VCP voucher? Did you ask the virtualization teacher? Oh, what am I asking? Did you take the virtualization course? Sorry?
Yes.
Oh, you did? Okay. Nobody asked the virtualization teacher that?
I haven't seen Surrey since.
Oh, but the voucher, right?
I'll look for it.
Yeah, like it's good for you if you get that. So $250 exam will be just $65 exam, and $120 exam would be just $35 exam if you get those vouchers. And those are very, very important for you. If you could get it from here, wow. Otherwise, you will have to attend another course of $2,000 or $3,000 from some college, and then you will get that voucher. So better get a voucher from here. And I never told you. Okay, so let's go ahead. It's just for your own good. That's what I'm saying. So it is useful when we have large environment, large number of hypervisors and VMs, and we need to control them centrally. Well, we just talked about that already. So it also is used to manage even VMware and Citrix virtual environments. So I am writing here that Hyper-V or SCVMM can still also manage some of the VMware hypervisors and Citrix hypervisors as well. What is the hypervisor called in VMware? Anyone knows that? The name of the hypervisor in VMware is ESXi. So the name of the hypervisor in Citrix is Xen Server. So that's what you will find in the companies there, and you should know those names and competitors of Microsoft there as well. So and of course you know the name of the hypervisor in SCV, Microsoft, it is Hyper-V. So Hyper-V's competitors are ESXi and Xen Server. Well, Red Hat also has a hypervisor called KVM. So you should know all that before you hit the market and to start for a job. The more knowledgeable you are, the better you impress the interviewers there. So for large environments, we need to create separate SQL Server, and then SCVMM will create its databases on this SQL Server instance. Now, did we install SQL Server last time?
Yes. We just finished it.
In the last class, we finished it, and then we took the screenshots of that as well, right? So this was on server 2, right? So did we log into that SQL Server as well? Okay. So the proof of whether the SQL Server was successfully installed, because the SQL Server is not there, we can't do the installation for today, right? So since we talked about SQL Server, so your first screenshot coming now is, let's go to server 2. This is our most important server now, server 2, and let's log in from this one, server 2. So next Tuesday there is a Azure Cloud meetup. You saw the announcement, right? It's next Tuesday. So it's very useful for you, and you can just put it in a resume as well that you attended professionals from Microsoft Azure Cloud, because from in other colleges I also teach that Azure and AWS. So normally the students come from different companies where they are managers or administrators. So they normally have, majority of the GTA companies have Azure cloud solution. So if you already go now, next Tuesday, to attend that meetup, Jackie will be with you. Oh, we all know who's Jackie, right? Okay, thank God. So anyway, so Jackie will be there as well. So it's a good thing to see how AI works, which is artificial intelligence. Azure, they're gonna give you some demonstrations there. So that's the latest features from Azure that they will be showing you. So it's good to go there. If in case you're interested, you can email me. I'll forward it to Jackie. Otherwise, there's a link there for RSVP. Anyone already RSVP'd that? Okay, wow, that's a lot of students who have not done that. Oh, just one student. Okay, so that's good, and that's very useful meetup to go to. So Jackie's still asking me again and again, hey, let me know how many students are there, and there will be free good refreshment. No more?
When is it again?
Next Tuesday, like 6 to 8. Yeah, during the class. So then, yeah, you have to follow this lab with YouTube. If everyone is gone, that's another thing. I should not say that. It's 10 people, so everyone cannot go, yeah. So, anyway, well, there is that some relaxation if you are in the meetup. And let me know that you were there. So, then I can relax, some timings for you to do the assignment. Okay, so we're talking about that, and I'm going to talk to tomorrow's class as well. But the 10 seats might fill up fast, so if you're thinking later, oh, I should go there, so it's better now than later. Okay, so what we're doing in server 2, we need to connect to our SQL server. How do we do that? So if you're on server 2 now, and am I recording that? Yeah. Okay, so then we go here. I'll just make it a little bigger. Okay, click that. Click the Windows icon here. And then I hope everyone's seeing this down arrow. So click that down arrow as well. Right? And once you go inside, you can see apps by name. I hope everyone's there, right? So once you click apps by name, just go for apps by date installed, right? Apps by date installed. Once you click that, now you can see some of the icons that are actually talking about SQL Server, right? So the main icon there is the green one, which is SSMS or SQL Server Management Studio, right? So let's click that SQL Server Management Studio. Go ahead and click that. Once you click that, it should open like this. Okay, and okay, so it should show you this. So take your first screenshot here. And again, the rule is not a screenshot more, not a screenshot less. So I'll be counting. So that's your first screenshot where you have the credentials showing for your SQL Server, right? So then let's click the, if you've taken a screenshot here, let's click the connect button. And you should be able to successfully connect. That's your second screenshot now. So first screenshot showing your credentials for SQL Server. Second screenshot, you were successfully logged into SQL Server. If everyone was able to do that and took a second screenshot for this one, you're good. So SQL Server is done. So we're ready for the rest of the installation of SCVMM, which will control the two hypervisors, hypervisor 3, hypervisor 4. Till now, what we were doing was we were going to hypervisor 3 and configuration, doing some configuration there, and then to hypervisor 4 one by one and doing some configuration there. So imagine that if you have, instead of 2, you have 200 hypervisors. So you really need that SCVMM to be there to centrally do all the tasks instead of going for one by one task on 200 hypervisors. That's gonna take you all day or even more than that. So that's why we need to install SCVMM to handle hyper. So what we're talking about, for large environments, we need to create separate SQL Server, and then SCVMM will create its databases on the SQL Server instance. Now once SCVMM is installed, then we will add both hypervisors manually inside SCVMM in order to control them centrally. So how does it show in the diagram? I hope I have some initial, yeah, okay, there it is. So I'll just copy this diagram and let's build up some more on top of that. So these are our machines here, the 4 machines like this. So what we already have is SQL Server here. SQL Server. And on top of that, we're going to be installing the second one is actually ADK. Without checking, without detecting ADK, SCVMM will not go ahead. So that's why we need the ADK, which is Assessment and Deployment Toolkit or Kit, which is just used for, it is a configuration, or it's a collection of utilities there that will be used by SCVMM in the background to check the performance, to do monitoring, and to do a lot of tasks to control and manage the hypervisors. So ADK and ADK 8.1 only works with Windows 2012 R2, that is. So that's why this is what you're downloading. And after that, we will have to, on top of this, we're going to be installing SCVMM. Now, you might get a lot of errors there, but we're going to try to go ahead with that and install that. So the previous week, we had a lot of errors with many students, but you're lucky ones because I saw those errors, so I'm just going to try to steer clear of those errors, so you might have a smoother installation. So the main steps would be SQL is installed. The next step is once you download and copy that ADK inside your server 2, then we're going to install this one, and after that we're going to copy SCVMM, and I should just clearly write it there, SCVMM R2 version, right? So not the one that you have in the prototype folder. So then we're going to start installing that. What it will do is it will ask that, okay, where's ADK? First we're going to detect that. Once it finds ADK, it will go ahead, and then it will go for and create its databases inside SQL Server. So so it's going to create the databases inside SQL Server. If you don't get any error, that's just means you're lucky. So then we're going to be just doing the installation of SCVMM. After doing the successful installation of SCVMM, then we're going to add hypervisor 3 or first hypervisor to SCVMM, because SCVMM will be asking then, hey, where is your configuration that you what is your network topology, how many hypervisors do you have that you want me to control, and how many virtual machines do you have that you want me to control. So we will be telling SCVMM that we have your first M03 as a Hyper-V, and then there's another second Hyper-V which is your first M04. So once SCVMM knows that, oh, there are 2 hypervisors that I need to control, and there are like 2 or 3 virtual machines that I need to control, so then we will start making all the configurations inside SCVMM. Provided that we get to install successfully everything here, hopefully we will be able to do that. So so how far is the installation right now? Oh, download, sorry. So it's done? Download? Oh, it is done. ADK is done, right? Oh, okay. So if the ADK is done, okay, so it might see this. So it should look like this, right? So Windows Kits WinADK full offline deploy, right? So if you go inside, there's again another folder. That's very smart. Not. Double click again. There's a 8.1 here, and inside that 8.1 is ADK. Seriously, I should just remove all the other folders. So if you see that, or you can just copy the whole thing anyway, on whichever level you want, just go ahead and copy that inside server 2. So I'm just going to copy that and go to server 2 and go to the downloads folder of server 2 or wherever you want. So I'll go to server 2 here, go to the yellow folder or the file explorer, and then go to downloads folder here, right click and paste. So once ADK is copied, I think SCVMM is not that big, I guess. So you can just copy, well, about SCVMM. So guys, did you copy or are you copying this ADK, which is a ISO or which is a RAR file? Is it a single file or is it a folder already? Exactly. Okay. Hey, we're smart. Cool. So please unzip because WinZip is not there inside the server 2. So first extract the files or unzip it and then go for copying the actual yellow folder of ADK inside your server 2. Same thing for SCVMM, but if it is already extracted, then you don't have to install it on the physical machine, obviously. So it's copying now.
So you just extract the files?
For
The servers.
SCVMM as well? You're asking, or just the...
Day12 R2.
Yeah, SCVMM, right?
Yeah.
So yeah, we can so let me just first ask you that how are you seeing this, or which format are you seeing this in?
It was in RAR.
Oh, it's in RAR as well, so extract that. Yeah, if it is in RAR or RAR, so just go for and extract it. So you should be seeing this one, right? SC2012R2 SCVM.RAR. So if it is like that, go ahead and right click and extract to this one, right? Extract RAR. Oh, okay. So it should be like this now. Once it is done, we'll just copy this yellow folder as well inside the downloads folder of server 2.
How do I know if it's extracted?
So yeah, the yellow folder.
So I just hear, oh, the yellow folder. Yes. And on my desktop, yeah.
And right click that yellow folder that was just extracted from the RAR file, copy that yellow folder to server 2 downloads folder. Alright, so we have the two files here and we can start the installation one by one.
Is your kid available download it?
And first is ADK, then I'm just going to right click and paste the SCVMM as well. The extracted SCVMM. So once it is copied, let's carefully go one by one with the ADK first. And there are some specific options there that we need to select.
Is the ADK in that SCVMM or is it the second one that we downloaded? Because mine is still downloading.
Oh. Well, if it is downloading, then yeah, we should not extract it. Is it already extracted? No, right?
No.
Oh. No. Okay. I thought you're saying yup. Nope. Okay. That also ends with up. Okay. Okay. So, guys, is ADK downloaded successfully for everyone? Oh, okay. So it's only this computer has slow speed, right? It's okay. Doesn't matter. Just push it. Okay. So. Okay, now the two folders are there in downloads folder of server 2. Let's confirm if we all have the same status. So just making sure the ADK is there. Now, yeah. So is it still doing, right? Huh?
Still doing its thing, it's not done.
Oh, okay. It's downloading.
Yeah.
Mm.
That's a project.
No problem. So cool to do that. Okay. Oh, it's so much fun. You should try that. No, don't. Okay. So, just kidding. You can, please. So, whenever it is done, let me know, right? So, but does it show percentage or something, status or something?
2.6 gigabytes, that's all it
Oh yeah, 2.9 is total. So that's good.
on the furnace.
So here, while this is what we need to do, so in order to just double check all the other prerequisites. So once SCVMM is installed, then we will add both hypervisors manually inside SCVMM in order to, so we talked about that as well, that SCVMM needs to know that how many hypervisors it needs to control. So we're going to introduce hypervisors one by one to SCVMM. So make sure that you are logged in from servers 2, 3, and 4 with your domain admin account. Make sure it's not a local administrator account. Obviously, that's what we need to always make sure, right? And open CMD in these 3 servers and type the command who am I. So, well, in last class, there were 2 students who were logged in from local administrator. So, because of that, they stopped the class. Well, we had to stop the class because it was not going ahead. So, make sure that you logged in from your first name admin, that admin account, right? So, let's just go ahead and talk about the prerequisites here. How to install SCVMM on server 2. Is SQL Server installed on server 2 already? I think yes. We actually took a screenshot. Do we have internet connection on server 2? Oops. Okay. So let's make sure that our server 2 has internet connection. And do we have it? Let's go ahead and check it out. Well, I have it. I think we all have it, right? Yeah, for SQL we had to put the internet connection here. Otherwise, you can just have a proof as well if the internet is working as well by just looking at Trump. As soon as you see Trump, this means internet is working, right? Because on the news it's always him. Oh, it's not him. Oh, feeling lucky. Oh, give it a minute. Yeah, you're right. So, okay. So internet is there. That's the second prerequisite here. Let's check out the others. Then what we need to do is, are we logged in from domain admin? Yes, that's what I just asked you. Please do make sure that from server 2, 3, and 4 you're logged in from domain admin account. And then we need to copy in the downloads folder the ADK. That's what's going on right now. Install ADK 8.1 with recommended options. ADK 8.1 works only with Windows Server 2012 and Windows 8, and that is also, that release 2 or R2 is a very important point here. So so that's where we are. We need to attach the ISO of SCVMM 2012 R2 to the DVD of server 2. Well, actually you don't have to attach that. We have to copy that. I need to just change this point here. We need to copy the SCVMM R2 extracted folder inside the downloads folder of server 02. Or what's going on? Yikes. Downloads folder of server 2. Your first name 02. So the rest we don't need. Okay, so for certain features to be configured inside the SCVMM deployment wizard, we need an extra account, or the account that is already not the one we are logged in from. Okay guys, one more thing here. While we are waiting that everyone has the ADK installed or downloaded, down? Alright. Okay, cool.
Could we install it?
No, because there are some options there. So throw something at him. Yeah. So yeah.
No, just the look is all he needs.
Yeah. If you have some hot coffee, you know, that would be a good thing too.
I wouldn't go to that degree, but it's
Okay.
It's
Okay,
done,
cold water.
done, sir.
All right. Okay. So, so guys, here one option here, or one prereq here needs to be still done. Well, we can do it before or after. So this one. Anyway, if ADK is copied, let's just go ahead to server 2 and simply start installation. So here, it's not a very big installation. So let's go to server 2 here. And first of all, if you're on ADK, double click ADK and go to ADK setup here. So double click that. Once you click that, so it should open like this, right? So that's your third screenshot. That's your third screenshot if it opens like this.
The ADK?
ADK setup. So go inside the ADK, then the exe file is ADK setup. So that's your third screenshot. And let's go ahead, kinda. Okay. Okay, we're good. So let's click next. And we don't want to improve the program, so no. Just kidding. Okay, we want to. Next, accept the license agreement, obviously. Now here, that's where I was asking that we need specific options there. So what we don't, normally it's gonna try to, SCVMM will try to go for two main features there. One is Windows PE here, and second is deployment tools. So if these two are not there, it's not gonna go ahead with installation. So we don't need the rest of the features. I'm just gonna uncheck this, these options here as well. So the first four options would be enough for SCVMM to consider them as prereqs. It's going to check them. If they're there, it's going to go ahead. So that would be your fifth or fourth screenshot. So take a screenshot here with this exact configuration. So once you've taken the screenshot here, click install. So take a screenshot. That will be your fourth screenshot. Click install and press yes. Since there is no extreme weather right now, so we can make up for the last classes till 11 or 12, right? Oh, that priceless reaction. Oh, okay. So oh, at 7 o'clock, the building Tim Horton will be closing. Oh, it's already closed? Oh, yeah, it's outside. So. Anyway, we're not having break, right? Because we need to leave early, or what?
Yeah, that's over 15 cents.
Okay, in case you're paying. So there are like 15 of us. So okay, so this installation is going on. While this is going on, we can just fill up one more or do one more prerequisite there. So the other prerequisite other than that is, once it is done, just keep it at that finished screen like this. Okay, it's done. So once it is done, oh, I've taken enough screenshots of this alone. Okay, we have enough as well. So this will be your fifth screenshot now if it is done. So this will be your fifth screen, oh, sixth, no, fifth, yeah, fifth screenshot if it is done. So is it done or done? All right. So if you have taken a screenshot of this, let's click the close button. If you have taken a screenshot of this, let's click the close button. right? So this is done. Let's just go for SCVMM now. And well, before we go to SCVMM, actually, we need to fill up one more or do one more prerequisite there. For certain features to be configured inside the SCVM deployment wizard, we need an extra account. We need an extra Active Directory account, Active Directory user account. So let's go ahead, server 1, open Active Directory user and computers, and create an account called your first name VMM. So this is the name for that new user account, and we're gonna have to add it to not only the domain administrators, which is a highly privileged security account in Active Directory, but we need to add this to the local administrator. This account we need to add to the local administrators of your hypervisor 3, hypervisor 4. So that will be your test. How do you know how to add an account to local administrators of hypervisor 3 and hypervisor 4, right? So I'm just going to be testing you. This will be your task 1. Let's see who does it and how soon. Right now, let's just go to Active Directory and try to create this account, your first name VMM. So why are we doing that? Because during the installation of SCVMM, it's going to ask that, hey, give me a new account that you're already not using, or with you're already not logged in. So I'm just going to click the 3 buttons here, send, control, alt, delete. Let's go to the server 1. Let's go to server 1, and then server manager is open. Tools, and then Active Directory users and computers. So tools, Active Directory and computers. Let's just go to users container here and right click and go to new, this one. So make sure you're all there, right? And let me know if anyone has any issue or you want to. Yeah, users container, right click, new and user, right? So let's just click that and go ahead, your first name VMM, right? And tab, control C, tab, control V. So that's your user account that you're going to be creating there. Second user account with highest privileges. So let's click next. Oh, okay. No problemo. So it's exactly the same thing you're going to be putting on user logon name, right? And click next. And then small ABC, capital C. So just go for the class password here. And make sure to uncheck this. And well, okay, check this one. Password never expires for this training lab, but we're not going to do that. Normally in production environments, we don't do that. So if that is done, click next. And here, I hope nobody has clicked the finish button. Come on.
No, I did. I said, oh no.
Oh no, I didn't. That's what. Oh, okay. So 6th screenshot. That is your 6th screenshot. You're creating an account here with your name, and if the screenshot has been taken, let's go ahead. So click finito. Right. Let's go ahead. Now, if this account is created already, you can right click to this same account and you see this option. So let's go to add to a group, right? And once we click the add to a group, there's the administrators group. Yeah, okay. So adminis, if you just put adminis and then click the check name button here, so it should be administrators. If you see that, go ahead and press OK. So this account has been added to this. If you see this message, that is your 7th screenshot. Too late? Okay, that's not your 7th screenshot then. Okay, that is your 7th screenshot. Come on, guys. So how many missed it? Okay, then it's a no.
I'm sorry, what was that? Yes?
You can do the guide.
Yeah, you can double click that. So it is your 7th screenshot in that case. So so press OK here. Those who missed it, so those who didn't take a screenshot here, right? If you pressed OK, because it was so tempting, you know, there's just one OK button here. I need to click that, you know, anyway. So do not click the close and finishes, and you know, I need to ask you to take a screenshot. So press OK here. If you missed it, for those, double click that again, and for those who missed it, go to member off. So you can take this one as the 7th screenshot, right? For those who missed it, just go to member off, double click and go to member off and take a screenshot. Is it done for those who missed it? Yes, let's go ahead. Now the first task coming your way. I know you were really excited and you were waiting for the task to come. Hey, teach, give us some tasks that we could figure out ourselves, challenge us. Okay. So, but you can take help. It's okay. So let's see who does it, how soon. So task 1 is add your first name VMM account. Okay. Okay. To the local administrators of your first name 03 hypervisor and your first name 04 hypervisor. So once added to the local administrators, once added successfully where I asked, then one screenshot each. Means once you successfully add this account to the local administrators of server 3, it is successfully added, then member of where it shows that you've added this account to the local administrators. So one screenshot there, and if it's successfully added to the local administrator of server 4, one screenshot there. Your time starts now. You can ask a question if there is any question, but 2 screenshots needed here. So this means it will be 9 total now. Oh wow, you're all done. Okay. I'm just kidding. Okay. What? You got the BSOD blue screen? Oh.
We don't have an admin report of the Active Directory user and computer because we don't have admin. The report of the user.
It's always there in every operating system. So local administrator, not the domain administrator. It's the so if you go to your first name 03 machine, then you go to computer management. Now you're there already, you know, because that's inside there. So where is computer management in 03 server and 04 server? So I've given you one hint. Okay, server manager, tools, computer management. Let's see if you got this. On server 03, go to server manager, tools, computer management. Should be easy now. So inside the computer management, you got it? Add it to the?
I made the local admin of 2.
Oh, no, no. So local admin of 3 and 4 only. And screenshot. Only, oh, okay. Hey, you know what? That was a correct thing to do. See this, guys? The task just got extended. So it's local administrator of server 2, server 3, server 4. I just added 2 as well. Thanks to him. You can grab him after the class, yeah. And say thank you to him. Yeah. So 3 machines instead of 2 machines. So 3 screenshots instead of 2 screenshots. So that would be once added successfully, then 1 screenshot each. Total 3. So I'll just put there total 3. So that would be your total 10 screenshots in that case. So on the local administrator server 2, local administrator server 3, local administrator server 4. Local administrators security group. So I hope it is already done for some. Alright. So just 1 screenshot when it is successfully added. Your first name VMM. So, well, I need to do that too. Okay, guys, so since everyone is done, alright, yes. Well, actually, I need to do that too, so now you can see that too.
Okay, let's do server 2. Let's just make sure. Computer management.
So, yeah, first I will go to server 2. Yeah, you were saying?
Go to users.
And so, yes, exactly.
New user.
Uh-huh.
EVM. Write your name. VMM.
Go to users.
Yeah, good.
Mm,
New.
users.
Go to local users and groups.
Yes, and then.
And then you do new.
Mm.
Go to groups.
Just add to the already created groups there. So I'm going to show you now. So here, but it's good to always challenge yourself, go there, do that. So I'm on server 2 now. I'm going to go to tools here, go to computer management, this one. Those who are following me, you can just see that or just confirm or double check, right? So computer management, once you're there, so I'll go to local users and groups, as you said, and then I go to the groups. Inside the groups, so it is not called literally local administrators. So you have to just double, it's on server 2. So this is exact same thing we're going to do on server 3 and 4. So we normally overall call local administrators, but it's not literally called local, right? It's just the administrators. It is called local because it's not a domain administrator that we need to add. For that computer, for every server, and for Windows 8, 10, 7 client machines, they all have administrators group that is called local administrators. So I'm going to double click that administrators group and then click add button here. It already shows me from this location the domain, and I'm just going to go for your first name VMM, check name, press OK. Once you press OK and select this, now this is the screenshot needed for each hypervisor and the server 2 as well. So once you are successfully able to add that, make sure that your machine name is showing there and you have added that your first name VMM into the local administrators of server 2, then server 3, then server 4. Same screenshot. So that's how we complete 3 screenshots. So I'm just going to click apply and OK, and I'm going to go fast on server 3. Do the same thing. I have to first log in to them. Sorry?
Will you be starting on?
Well, if it doesn't ask, it's okay. You don't have to. Yep.
So I did it a different way. My screenshots are different.
As long as it was local administrators, any other way is also okay.
Oh,
As long as it proves that you added to the right administrators group. There's only one in each machine. So that's good. It's okay.
So if we did it into the users, how do you remove it? Just go in and delete, or?
If it so you create a new user,
Yeah.
right? If it is there, doesn't really matter. It's not doing anything anyway. So tools on server 3, your first name 03, right? And go to computer management, and then local users and groups, double click administrators, add your first name VMM, check name, always check name, press OK. So that's the screenshot on server 3. Apply OK. Yep.
I forgot my key.
Sure, please. Tools, and then we go for computer management here as well, and local users and groups here. We get the deal. We get the steps now, right? So let's click the add button here, and your first name, and then check name here. We're good. Press OK, apply. That's your third screenshot because it's on your hypervisor 4, right? So it's your first name 04. Okay, welcome. So we're good, right? All 3 machines done, administrator added. Let's go ahead. Woohoo! Excited! Yay! Or not. Or yay. Okay. If it is done, let me know. Well, if it's not done, let me know. Otherwise, we go ahead, right? Right. So if that is done, the next task is, so that would have been already your 10 screenshots done, 15 more to go. So that's your task 1 here, and the prerequisite for this is done. Your ADK is done. That is really required by the SCVMM to install, and SQL was done last class, which is also required by SCVMM. So let's go for SCVMM itself, the installation of that application, and then once it is done, so we have to be careful now, and let's see if anybody gets an error. Hopefully not. So let's go to the downloads folder of your server 2 now. Let's go to server 2, downloads folder, and just start the installation of SCVMM, the enterprise grade virtualization application. So if I go to the server 2 and then to the downloads folder, there's the SC2012 R2 SCVMM. So double click this folder, this one in server 2, and double click this one as well. It's gonna still extract and create a folder in C drive, extract all the files there. So double click this. It's gonna ask that is the path in C drive okay? So we're gonna say yeah, okay. So press yes here, and that's your 11th screenshot. Once the wizard starts, whatever changes we're gonna make, we're gonna take screenshots of that, but not all. So let's click. So if you've taken a screenshot here, then click next. So this is the path C:/, which is okay. So click next. And ready to extract. It's just extracting only. So go ahead and click extract. Okay, so once it is done, oh, it's still just 7. We have 3 hours, actually 3.5. Okay, just kidding. Nobody needs to go early today, right? Yeah, what kind of question is that? So click finish. So go to C drive. Oh yeah. Okay guys, so once we are in the C drive, you can see this folder. Double click here and you can see this folder structure where the setup file is here. Excuse me. So let's double click the setup and press yes. So now you should see this. So that would be your 12th screenshot. So 12th screenshot here. Now before we start, I just want to check the RAM here on server 2. Right click in settings. So it's 12 gigs here. And right click here. 4 and 4. This means in hypervisors, Hyper-V, both Hyper-V, it is, oh, it's 8 here on, oh, that's bad. At any given point, your whole environment might freeze because when it uses a lot of RAM. So is it the same 12 GB on 02, 4 on 03 and 8 on 04?
No.
So it's 844 or 644? 21244, and total we have physical memory is 16. So it's already, you know, overcommitted. So this means that well, in my case, I need to put that Hyper-V on 4. So I need to power off. You don't have to if it is already 4. The server 4, mine is on 8. So I need to put it back on 4. Second thing, 12 GB and then 18, 20 GB. Whoa. So it's gonna freeze at certain point and then you won't be able to do anything. Maybe you will even lose your screenshots if you're not saving right now. So I hope you're saving your screenshots, Control S, Control S, Control S on that document or wherever that screenshot is. If you save it on documents folder, that is basically in C drive, right? If you had to restart your computer, so those screenshots will be gone, right? If by any chance it's restarted, you will lose all your screenshots because you're saving it in documents folder or downloads. They're both living in C drive. So maybe you have a better plan, but make sure maybe you're using Dropbox or OneDrive. You have 1 terabyte. Actually, Cyrus was saying 12 terabyte or 10 terabyte. I don't know, something like that. So each student has a lot of terabytes there. So you could just save it there and, you know, or screenshots you can just keep on saving there. Anyway, I hope you don't have to restart your computer for any reason. So I'm just gonna put the RAM back where it was supposed to be. Now 12 GB is not good because 21244, so 21244 is not good. So on the Windows machine, you have to shut it down first before we start that. And okay, wait, has everyone shut down already? No. So wait. Oh, already too late? Anyone too late? No. So shut down your hypervisor 3 and 4, right? So why? Because we need all the RAM to deploy that SCVMM quickly. So during the installation, we don't need hypervisors, the 2 Hyper-Vs there, right? So we will use all the RAM 12 GB to install SCVMM. We will close down your first time 03, 04 servers. So go ahead and shut them down. Now you have enough RAM to just quickly install SCVMM. It's not a very long installation as well. So once that installation is done, then we're going to shut it down and put it back to 6 GB and 4.4. They're already there on 4.4, the Hyper-Vs. So now machine 1, machine 2 is up, right? If that's the case, we are okay. We can go ahead now. So I hope you have shut down 0304. Right? We have shut down, right? So let's go ahead. If it's still on the install and you have taken a screenshot here, that was your 12th screenshot. So let's click the install screen now. Let's click the install screen. Now it's going to go for a bigger screen. Well, did I click the install button? Is it taking a lot of time? Oh, that's just mine. Okay, now it is doing something. So you should be, well, whenever the screen opens, you should be on that page. Okay, so if you're on this page here, so first of all it is Vmm Management Server, and the second is Vmm Console here. So in Vmm Management Server, it says here installs the Virtual Machine Manager service, which processes commands and controls communications with the VMM database, library servers, and virtual machine hosts. So the library servers are those servers where you can put ISOs, templates, files. So it's going to be like exactly as the name is, library. You can just save all the templates or ISOs that you want to put, and then access those servers to use them. So library servers will be installed, virtual machine hosts, that's just the Hyper-V there, right? So this feature requires a SQL Server, which we already have, and Windows Assessment and Deployment Kit ADK, which we already have as well. So let's click this VMM Management. It will automatically click that console here. Suppose you have VMM Management Server installed on this machine, but you were given, when you joined the company, you were given laptops or desktops with Windows 8, Windows 10. So you can just install VMM Console there, and from that laptop or desktop you can connect to any of your virtual machine management servers there, VMM Management Server. So each VMM Management Server just gives you the whole environment to centrally manage. So well, we have selected that, so that once it is selected, that's your 13th screenshot, and click next. So if you've taken a screenshot here, take a screenshot and then click next. So here, name, go for your full name, organization George Brown, and product key. We're not going to use any. So if you don't use any, you can provide a product key after setup is complete. If you don't provide a product key during setup, we will install as an evaluation edition, which is okay, right? So no key, it's going to be evaluation edition here, and we can simply, oh man, there are very less screenshots left now. Okay, click next. No screenshot here. So no screenshot here. Niyat, no, right? Niyat is good, right? Niyat is also no, right? Cool. Hey, what is no in French?
No.
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 So it is
No.
no. Slightly different from no. No.
No. It's a bougie no.
Okay, what was that? So
Bougie no. Like no.
okay, no. Okay, got it. We're learning French. Woo! Cool. So no. Okay, I was saying no, I forgot that. So okay, let's click I have read, understood, and agree. Yeah, whatever. So next. And since we do not want to improve this program, well, we wish it improves, but not, just don't take information from us. But it's okay if you just press yes, or just follow the company policy. So no here, oh sorry, no here, and click next. I'll practice that. Yeah. So and in a production environment, I would have given it E drive here, but this is a C drive right now. It's a test environment, so we're kind of okay here. Let's see. Oh, okay, let's click next, and that's where we normally get errors. So if everyone is seeing exactly this screen, then we are all lucky. Last class it was errors after all kinds of errors. So there's an error, so there's an error. So I had to just pause and pause for long. So so what it says here is SQL command line utilities check. So SQL command line utilities are not installed on this computer. Now it is for SQL 2008. We have SQL. Which version of SQL we have? 2012, right? So we're good already. It did not detect the older SQL, which is we don't even have it. So we're okay. But anyway, it is warning, and the next button is still clickable. Otherwise, normally it is grayed out, so we have to really go for those prereqs. So it's okay. Warning is okay. We don't need that now. Once we read that, so let's click next and keep going ahead. Oh yeah, that's the second screen where students were saying, oh, I have an error or it cannot connect. So what it's doing now is it's saying, where is your SQL server? And it's gonna make a connection now. So SQL server is where? Anyone knows? Server 2, the same machine. And still for some students it was like, where's the SQL server? So now what is the port for SQL server? Hey, that's going to be an interview question. Come on. 1433. So SQL Server always uses, by default, port number 1433. And that could be in a quiz question. Suppose I ask that the DNS port is 1433 and SQL Server port is 53. So that's the opposite, right? DNS is 53. SQL Server is 1433. So they are totally different services, right? Nothing to do with each other. But I could just confuse you with that. So good luck. Why I'm giving so many samples? It should not be, I need to cut your marks somewhere, right? Oops. Me and my big mouth. I talk too much. Okay. So because these are very, obvious marks. You get full marks, right? You do full lab. You're not doing any mistakes. You're watching and doing that, so no mistakes. So I have to make it tough somewhere else, right? So, okay, let's see. So here, 1433, and you need to give credentials here. And it says here, username and domain. So what is our domain name? It is virtual domain / your first name admin, right? Your first name admin. Is that so? Yep, your first name admin. Okay, we're good. So virtual domain / your first name admin and the password. Well, so far, correct information. So if you drop down, does it show you this? If you drop down, it should show you the SQL Server instance name. The default one is this. We could change the name when we were installing SQL Server, but we didn't. So by default, SQL Server calls itself this. MS SQL Server. So if you see that, you're still good. And then it says that I'm going to create a new database here. So SCVMM application is saying, okay, the SQL Server is on this server, your first name 02, and SQL Server is using this port 1433, and this is the account with highest credentials. So let me create a database inside the instance called MS SQL Server. So down here, just add your first name for the database, because I'm just going to ask you later when it is all done that go to the database and check where did the database got created, because it has your name, so you should be able to find it a bit easier. Good luck with that. Okay, so anyway, all these configurations, well, that I said good luck with that. Okay, anyway, so 14th screenshot here where we have put all this information carefully. So take a screenshot here. If you have taken screenshot here, click next. Oh, good. If you're on this page, you're already good. Are you? And nobody got an error, right? Wow, this class is like, wow. Well, in other class, we were doing it, we did it first there. So I learned all the errors from there, and okay, this class will be fine. So I was not expecting those errors because of, certain things that I thought were different, but so we troubleshooted there. Here, we're just going clean. So that's good. Anyway, domain account here is Virtual Machine Manager Service account. Select the account to be used by the VMM service. Highly available VMM installations require the use of a domain account. So, that account is the one that we just created separately. Nah. So let's just go for our local account here. Oh, well, not local. The account that we used in the previous screen, or the one with which we are logged in right now. So click the select button here and the account with which we are logged in is your first name admin, and check name, and press OK, and the password. So here it asks for all this, and distributed key management. Now this is the area. Select whether to store encryption keys in Active Directory instead of on the local machine, highly available. So distributed key management just means that if you want to encrypt your machine, so where would you store your key to encrypt and key to decrypt? So do you want the Active Directory to store your encryption and decryption keys, or do you want yourself to save the encryption and decryption keys somewhere, wherever you want? So for now we're just going to not select the Active Directory here, but this is just for encryption and decryption keys where you want to save there. So we're not saving it in Active Directory for now, so we're going to keep it as is, and that would be your 15th screenshot. No screenshot here. Is it too late? Did you already took a screenshot? No. Okay, so because I'm running out of screenshots, or we can, just for today, we can extend it to 50 screenshots, right? 50. 5 marks as well? Oh, yeah. No, just for 4 marks, instead of 25, 50, double screenshots for just for today. Is that okay for everyone? Everyone is very happy and excited about that? Oh, okay, not. I get it. So, okay, no screenshot here. Next. And all the ports. So if you were earning, like suppose you were earning 35 per hour, 40 per hour, and you get a job there, and you have to just go for SCVMM installation. So if there were firewalls there, you have to take note of all these ports there, and one by one add them as exceptions in the firewall. So you would have just copied these ports somewhere in Notepad or Excel file and added them as exceptions. So the question could be that if these ports are there, what is the best practice in a production environment? So that could be a question in midterm exam. So just be on the lookout for. Well, I'm just still giving examples. I don't know why I'm giving you examples. Otherwise, it's always fun to surprise you guys, right? So anyway, the exam time will be very less, and you can't go back to any question. And per question, you might get 2 minutes of thinking. So it's but it's open book, right? So that's why the environment will be really tough. Okay, so here, right, all the ports, you have to add it to the firewall exceptions if in production environment the firewalls were on, right? That's the only thing you need to know here. So these are the ports that are used to communicate, do the communication between the virtual SCVMM different components and the hypervisors. So click next. No screenshot. So this is the path for the library server here. And library servers are, again, I already mentioned that these library servers are used for saving files, template machine files, as well as ISOs, everything that you can just access later as well. So it will be available in library server. So if you have installed the library server already, well, if this is the path you're seeing, it's okay. No change here, no screenshot. Let's click next. And that's your final page. So now this is your 15th screenshot. Instruction summary, right? 15th screenshot here. And make sure that your server name is showing there. Well, it has some other information, but always your name, machine name is showing there. Now if the screenshot has been taken, the 15th one, click install. Hey, that's not fair. So at the end of it, when it finishes install, so I know you will be tempted to click that button. Oh, finish, I need to click that. But before that, take a screenshot. Yeah. So this is your time to, at your own risk, you know, get water or something. It's not a very long installation, so, but it's not that short as well. So you want water or something?
I want water.
Wow, it's nearly done. I'll pause. Okay, resuming now. So what we did was that we simply installed successfully the SCVMM. So on server, and we then changed the RAM of server 2 to settings, and server 2 RAM is now 6 GB, and you know, hypervisor 3 and 4 RAMs are 4 GB each, 4 GB here and 4 GB here. I just resumed this. I forgot to resume, so I don't know since how long it has been not resumed. So that's why I'm just going back to. So we have successfully installed that. We had a couple of screenshots there. Now we have restarted after. So this is 2, this is going to be 6, this is going to be 4 and 4 GB RAM. So let's go to server 2. Now if you minimize everything, you can see this virtual machine manager icon there. Let's double click this virtual machine manager icon on server 2. So machine 2, let's double click that. It's going to start with the same local host like this. We can also click that, automatically connect with these settings, the bottom one here. So go ahead and check that and click connect. Hopefully nobody gets an error. So go ahead and click connect now. Yes, sir. Oh. We're good? Okay.
He didn't have virtual machine 1 on.
Oh. Server 1 is mucho importante, right? Oh, it's muy importante. This means, okay, very important. So it's providing you DNS and of course authentication. So yeah, that machine should be on. Okay guys, so if you are in machine 2 and you are inside this SCVMM, so let's just try to make it, let's try to add the 2 hypervisors or introduce the 2 Hyper-V machines to this SCVMM. How do we do that? So there are all these icons there, but if we go down here to the left bottom, you can see VM services first of all, then you also see Fabric here. Fabric, if you click the Fabric here, so you would see up there, after clicking the Fabric, you will see up there your own machine, and it is agent status is green here, and roles are library and VMM server, which is okay. Now if you have clicked the Fabric, then on the top here you can see servers, right? This one. So let's expand the servers. Yep. Ouch. So let's check it out. There is a problem here. So I'm on Fabric right now.
Are we good? Or
This fabric. I want fabric, man. No, fabric. Yeah.
no, it's okay. It's a known issue. Well, you're the only lucky one here. No one else got it. So it's just service. So whenever you see that, always go for run services.msc. Services.msc. Yeah, enter. And then go for virtual machine. Sometimes it just takes me. You read C?
No,
That's
no, I have a 80 because I go to 5.5.
Oh, okay.
That's good. That's not bad.
A little bit. It's not good, man. What do you mean he has 19? He has 18, right? I don't know. No, like, you're like, I think that like this should be the last screen.
We need to do this again.
You need to listen. We need to stop.
Because you're playing game.
I'm not playing games, man. It's not a game. It's like, listen, you just play chess. It's simple. Yeah. It's for your brain.
It's supposed to be actually B. Oh, there it is. Yeah. Okay, so it's supposed to be so I'm not sure. So it's not. Okay. Now it should work. So if you get that again, you have to remember this one, right? And yeah, minimize this. And
Can you find F3I? Secret file.
So okay guys, let's go ahead. Okay, so once we are here, we need to go to the Fabric, right? And then here we have to expand the servers. So I'll just make it a little bigger now. So Fabric and then expand servers. Once you expand the servers, there is all host written there, right? There's all host. So we can just keep it like that. If we right click the all host, you can see add Hyper-V hosts and clusters, add Citrix Xen server hosts and clusters, add VMware ESX hosts and clusters. So if the question says in midterm that SCVMM also can control VMware ESX hosts and clusters, so the option is there, yes it can, right? I'll just make it some more trickier, right? So some students were so pissed off at that hey, we can't make sense out of that. So well, only few were like that. Majority got it right. So if majority got it right, this means it's not a problem with the question. So okay, here add Hyper-V host and clusters. Let's just go for that, the first option. And okay, maybe it's too late now, so click that. So once you click that, I'll just make it bigger screen and drag it a little down here. See this? So guys, drag it down here, all host, or it's okay till here. So take a screenshot now, your 19th screenshot, Now there are bigger gaps in the screenshots, thanks to you making me conscious about screenshots, so we could stay here till 10:30 or something like that. Yeah, grab him after the class. It's all his fault. Just kidding. So, yeah, take a screenshot here. Take a screenshot here. 19th. Okay, so here, Windows Server computers in a trusted Active Directory domain. So those computers which are joined to the domain, that's the first option for them. So our two hypervisor machines 3 and 4 are actually joined to the domain, so it's good. The second option is Windows Server computers in an untrusted Active Directory domain. This is that if your hypervisor machines are actually not joined to the domain, then you can choose the second option. Ours is the first one. Then Windows Server computers in a perimeter network, and that is if your machines are behind a firewall. If you select this option before you continue, use VMM setup to install the VMM agent locally on the targeted computers. Ensure that you configure the perimeter network settings during the agent setup. So anyone knows what is a DMZ? Which is used for what? What's the purpose of DMZ?
Separate network environment.
How do you separate that? I mean, like, what's the basic setup? I mean, if different LAN and it is protected by something. So firewall on the inside and firewall on the outside, both sides. So even you can protect your machines from internal attacks and also from external attacks anyway, right? So on the perimeter network, if their machines are, so those firewalls, you have to add the ports that we mentioned way back a little. You took a no, we didn't take a screenshot of that, but those were some different ports where Virtual Machine Manager communicates with its components and other hypervisors that it's controlling remotely. So perimeter network, you can also put it there. Physical computers to be provisioned as virtual machine hosts, so that's the fourth option here. Select this option to add bare metal computers with baseboard management controllers. Any storage accessible by the computer might be partitioned during the provisioning process and the data will be lost. So anyway, this is just that physical computers where you are about to install the hypervisors, you can add them as well and remotely connect to them, at least if they, during starting, they do get an IP from DHCP, so they are over the network. You can connect those computers as well. But right now we're going for the first option, which is Windows Server computers in a trusted Active Directory domain, which means the two servers that are joined to the domain. So we're good. We're going to keep this first option selected here and click next. We already took the screenshot. Oh, for this one, yeah, we didn't. So the second option here is specify the credentials to use for discovery. The runner's account or credentials will be used to discover computers and to install the Hyper-V role and the Virtual Machine Manager agent if necessary, right? So what we are doing here is run as account. We need to mention some account here. So let's click the browse button here. Let's click the browse button, and then also let's go to create run as account. Run as account is the account which SCVMM will use to communicate with Active Directory. Run as account is that account which SCVMM will use to communicate with Active Directory. So let's click the create run as account. You know, last class there was an error here. So your first name VMM, Control A, Control C, and then the domain name and the username. So it was virtual machine / your first name VMM, and the password for that was the class password, small ABC, capital ABC, shift 123, or whatever password you gave, just remember that. Okay, provide the details for this runner's account. So username is this and password is this. So if you've got this information, take a screenshot. As some famous personality said that, take a screenshot. Oh, okay, I don't know who, but 20? Oh. Hey, we forgot to take a break. Oh, somebody was thinking about it. Hey, you're getting a stare from the first row, right? Yeah.
So she always gives you a hard time.
You basically dug your own grave after that comment you just made, okay? Because we thought it was giving you a hard time before.
So she's a class monitor, you know? Hey, we're on 20th screenshot, right? So we still have 5, and I can give a very big gap here, or not. Yeah. Be aware of the stare. Ta-ta-da. Okay. Okay. So press OK here, and there you go. Everyone gets this? Hey, that's not fair. Oh, it's still rhyming. Be aware of the stare. Click here. That's not fair. Just kidding. So, could not validate blah 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 blah. If you want to use the account, please uncheck validate credentials. Oh, okay. So let's not validate credentials, which is spooky. Oh. See, I was just testing you with that. Yikes. So press OK here, guys. The domain name is wrong. Hey, whose idea was that to put virtual machine there? It's a virtual domain, right? Okay, so let's replace that by replacing first the name to the correct domain name, virtual domain. Thank you for this pointing this error. So I could just get away with that. Hey, I was just testing you. No, I forgot. Yeah. So, okay, virtual domain. So the previous screenshot is then invalid. Just take this one. Replace this. Yeah. So it's still 20th screenshot. So, and well, it should not give you error now, obviously. So virtual domain backslash your first name VMM, and let's go ahead. If you've taken a screenshot of this one and replaced the previous one from previous one, so press OK. And okay, we're good. Thank you for pointing that out. And press OK here. No, not here, not here. We already took that. Somebody wants to complete all the screenshots so we could go home then, right? Okay, so if that is showing here, click next. Okay guys, so here on this page we need the SCVMM to discover our 2 hypervisors over the network. Now before doing that, make sure, double check that the firewalls or all 4 machines are, red. So they are closed. So I'm going to go to first machine, second machine, third and fourth machine. I'm going to double check if firewalls on any machine are not open. So the first machine, server manager, I'm just going to double check the firewall. Sometimes they think, oh, today we want to be open. So if you see off like this, do not trust that. Still go ahead and click inside. And there you go, see, one is green. Gotcha. So turn it off. So that's on server 1. One firewall is on. So I'm just going to turn off this firewall here. And so check server 1. Number 2. So this is server manager on server 2. Let's go for local server. And if it says off, oh, it actually says on. So guys, if any of the firewalls are on, or if you haven't added all the ports of SCVM as an exception in the firewalls, it's not going to work. So we're just turning off the firewall. So it's on, it's powered on in server 2 as well. So this is not good. So I'm going to go for 3, local server. So it says off, but still click inside and just double check. Yeah, all 3 profiles should be red: domain networks, private networks, and guest or public networks. And then the 4th, same drill here as well. And go inside, double check. Done, right? Okay, so let's go for 2. where we were before, and I'm just going to close the firewalls window here and go back to this SCVMM where we were on this screen. So if the firewalls are off, because if they're still on and you did not pay attention to this one, this step will give you error then, right? So better firewall, turn them off. So specify Windows Server computers by names. So our computer name starts with actually our name, right? So let's just put your first name. Well, it's very simple, 03, and press enter, and your first name 04. We're telling specifically search these two hypervisors. Yep. Oh, did you put your first name VMM? Is that already locally added to? Is it added to local administrators? And domain administrators? All those, right? Well, we have to check that. Well, even initial, just the data name would also. But it's good to add full computer name as well. So 03.virtualdomain.local and 04.virtualdomain.local.
I can't include it.
Okay, let's press here. But let's go to one when I correct computers. Could have set the password. Or there's a plus password or your own password. And let's click here. So log in from this one. And go for tools, computer management. Yeah, whichever password you had put there in the quick, let it say that account is not suppose. Yes, let's go for again, okay, and cancel.
Well, okay.
And
That's not right. Only if you need me at that.
and then minimize this. I think you have to create. Oh man, that would be a long one. You have to create a new account and add it to the local administrator. So all these like the main administrator of Active Directory. Yeah. Okay. So this is something. Now, what else? This is correct. Can it detect the suppressor here?
And then before your login, instead of dashboard, just put your first name add. Just to check that it doesn't detect any. We don't have. Oh, it does. This account. How about you do one, just add an one, so the SCVMM 1. So that won't be a problem because it does like every other account. So another account, this account was somewhere, I don't know what option got something like that.
So did that.
You do it in 2-3 minutes. Do that and decide
So technically, how much are they going to take from
and
that?
then you
That's what you have to fill out.
Alright guys, so let's continue. So here, we can just put the full names there. FQDNs, right? Fully qualified domain names. Dot virtual domain dot local. Dot virtual domain dot local. So was I recording all that? Let me just confirm that too. Yeah. Okay. Oh, there's a demand. There's a great demand for that. But, you know, I have to be very careful with that demand now. Because then... So, yes, take a screenshot. Oh, man. 4. Oh, that's not good. We're down to 4 screenshots now. So, click next. If you've taken a screenshot already, then click next. And does it detect both of? Alright, okay. Well, the real problem starts after that, if there's a problem. So select all. So do you see only 2 or you see 4? Anyone sees 4 lines instead of 2 lines? Everyone is 2, right? Perfect. Okay, so if you see 2 lines here, and yeah, it's okay. So click next. Now here, we don't need to reassociate this host with this VMM environment. So reassociate just means that if you already have another SCVMM environment and you want to detach, remove those hypervisors from the previous SCVMM environment to this one. We don't have any previous SCVMM environment, so we don't need to reassociate anything here, right? We are associating that for the first time. So we're all good, right? Alright, let's go ahead. Woohoo! Excited or not?
Sir?
Yeah.
It says when you select the computers you want to add as host, for hypervisor it says unknown.
Oh, that's bad. So this means hypervisor role was not, computer was detected. There is a computer, but it did not detect the hypervisor role. So check the firewalls on that particular, which one, 3 or 4? Which line says? Both? That's not good. You have turned off the firewall, right? And well, better to restart 3 and 4. So, and then it should detect the role as well. Although you could just keep going ahead as well. That's the second option. You good? You turn off the firewall on all 4 machines, right? All 4 machines. All 4. Okay. First one is the main one because it's giving the DNS. It is on? Okay. So this means coffee for everyone, right?
No.
Oh, okay.
Take a screenshot of the copy.
Okay, we have a coffee deal here, right? So if we finish up with the screenshots, there's coffee for everyone. Oh, okay. So let's click next, guys. So the confirm setting, okay. So confirm setting is there. So take a screenshot number 22. You know, I should not have asked you so many screenshots initially. So today we are just temporarily extending it to 35 instead of 25.
Jeremy's not
I ain't laughing.
What? A what?
Nobody's laughing.
No, everyone's laughing, smiling.
Did you say a lot?
So, so summary screen, you take a screenshot, right? Let's click finito. So once we click finito, that's where the error came for the last course, well, the other section. And, well, it's not even showing me anything, so I'm just going to make the screen bigger and drag this one down.
Mine worked.
Looking good.
Okay. Work like green, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, nice.
However, I only have 3 lines. Why is there
Yeah,
only
mine's
3
only 3. Yes.
Uh-huh. Well, it's just, you know, other lines should be harmless.
This is straight up no line.
Still on 50%. So that doesn't mean it's worked. When it is 100% and green, then it will work.
Oh no.
Oh, there's an oh no.
Oh, 80.
Mine's at 100.
80, but, you know, it's not 100 and green.
It's saying refresh virtual machine.
Oh.
It went to 99 and then down to 87.
Oh. Ouch. 99 and down 87. Okay.
So I got warnings.
Me too.
Okay, warning is not bad, but error is bad.
So my computer's been off the whole time. This is what warning.
Oh.
Completed with info.
Okay, that's not bad. That's acceptable. As long as it's not red, it's good. Okay, everyone got this one, right?
Right, right.
So we still need to know, guys, what is the warning here. So if you select this line, and actually, you know, let's just make that screen bigger so we could read something out of it. So here, I'll just make this screen very big. Oh, it's too big. I've selected the above line here, and then I'll just drag it up a little so we could read the information that it is saying. So it says, multipath IO is not enabled for known storage arrays on host 4, which is pretty harmless for us. So we're kind of good here, and that would be our... No, can't go for one more screenshot. I can't afford that now. So okay, 23rd screenshot. Oh man, seriously. What happened? Error?
Try 6 lines.
We're good, right? Or not? Good?
Try 6 lines. Is that okay?
Well, as long as it's not a red error.
Wait, my stuff refreshing now.
If it's not red, 6 lines? Whoa, that's spooky.
Oh,
So-
refreshing stuff.
Yeah, my stuff.
Okay, if you refresh, it's okay. So, yeah, if you refresh, there are certain... Yeah, I'm also getting that. Refresh virtual machine, which is okay. Doesn't matter. Hey, no more screenshots. Come on. It's okay. Here. This one, right? Yeah. It could not update library? You got an error?
Oh, I think I see the issue. It's,
Multipath, right? It's 2 storage paths, which we don't have right now.
no, there's been telling me these things.
So it's pretty harmless, guys. It doesn't matter. If you get this exact one, multipath IO is not enabled, it's okay. We're gonna enable it later. If you have exactly this, it's okay. So anyone got any other error?
Yeah. I got an error saying VMM cannot complete the host operation on number 3 because could not find external vSwitch 2.
Oh, could not find external vSwitch 2.
Yeah.
But we removed it, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, me too.
We cleaned the whole environment, and somebody did not, I guess. No, somebody.
Got 2 on the VM.
Somebody who got the error. No, so you can go there to that hypervisor, and you can delete that and then rerun this. So, but do you have that external switch too? No.
It's not red.
Not really not the vSwitches.
But I also any errors? Oh, the VMs. Well,
Sir.
I can't lose my game. It is better to remove the confusion there if it's not being used. It's good. Yeah. So do you have any virtual machines on? They're all off, right? Let's see. And the three
It's just running. Okay. Good morning, I'm good.
Oh, well, they can't find it. It's not on. Oh, no, it's right here. It's not on. Yeah. So if it's yellow, we're good. If it's red, then we're not good. So guys, if it's yellow, oh yeah. Virtual is 2. But if it's yellow, it's okay. We're good. Yeah. Yellow. That's okay. So that doesn't matter. I got it. You didn't get it. When you refresh, you will get it later. So it's going to come right away.
I'm good.
Yeah. Yeah, switch. If it is ready to switch it, okay, doesn't matter. Okay, guys, so we're good, and we're down to last 2 screenshots here.
Let's do this.
Now we see excitement. Finally, right? There's a reason for. Hey, it's 8:13. Come on. So.
So which one was 23?
23. Which one? This one. This screen.
Was it?
It was this one, right?
You didn't say.
Yeah.
But thanks.
Yeah.
Hey, did I not say that? So.
But thanks.
Oh. No, guys, did I not mention 23rd screenshot?
You did
No,
it.
I did.
You just did now.
Oh, no, before that, I did mention.
Did you?
Okay, anyway, this is your 23rd screenshot, guys.
Woo! Sounds awesome.
This one, like the summary. Didn't you already take this?
No.
You did not. If you did not, then take it. Otherwise, if you've took it, and I see the same screenshots, then it's -1 mark as well. So don't. If you already took this screenshot as a 22, don't take the same screenshot as 23rd as well, right?
This is 20.
This is 23rd, so we're good. Okay, so 2 more screenshots. Let's take them at 10 o'clock. So
We take 23.
this one, 23. Yeah. So take the screenshot. Take the screenshot. 23rd. Oh man, 2 more. Seriously. So. Okay, so let's minimize this. Don't close it. So after taking the screenshot number 23rd for this particular screen, minimize it. Do not close it. Once you minimize, now you see that the 2 hosts are showing here in the fabric, and these 2 hosts. So if I click the 03 here, click the 03 only in this window. So down here you can see some of the extra information there. I'm just going to try to drag it up a little so we could just see the host as well as some information there. So you can see the host 03, and then host status is okay, and processor, memory 4 GB, storage 2 disk, virtual machine 1. I see virtual machine. If you see virtual machine 2, that's also okay, whichever virtual machine we created on, and we also moved the virtual machines across the host, so it's okay. And on the right side, job status 100% complete. Yeah, we're good. So if we click the 04 here, what I'm trying to know here, if we got some error written somewhere, anywhere here, that should be, that we should see. But if we're all okay here, no error here, then we're good. Okay, so if we are good with that, let's go down to this VMs and services. Once we go back to VMs and services and go up there and look, now we have under the all hosts, we can see the 2 hypervisors there. So let's click the 03 here. As soon as you click the hypervisor 3, whatever machines you had, are they showing there on the right side for hypervisor 3? Okay, so if you click the hypervisor 4, I don't see any, but you might be seeing any if you have any machine. So ultimately we see that this console shows virtual machines for us, right? So if we right click on 03 console like this, 03 console. Now you can go way down and check all the options here. Create service, create virtual machine, refresh virtual machine, restart. So that restarts actually the whole hypervisor there remotely from within the SCVMM screen. Start maintenance mode. It is just like in Windows, if you've heard the safe mode there, it is maintenance mode where none of the virtual machines will start or run. Anything will not run if you are doing, obviously, maintenance of that hypervisor. So run script, move to host group. Suppose you've created some group for different hosts. This is also called host, right? Every hypervisor is called host here. So view networking, connect via RDP, remote desktop. Anyone knows the port for RDP? Port number for RDP. Hey, that's an easy one. Come on, network guys. Well, it's a Microsoft Windows port for remote desktop, so maybe, you know, I can. So it's 3389. Suppose you want to connect to your machine at home from here, and in your DSL router at home, you may have enabled port forwarding. So RDP 3389 port and connect it to your local laptop or desktop machine IP. So you can connect from here to remote desktop into your home machine. Well, anyway, so connect via RDP. RDP is the port 3389, which may be enabled there. View networking just views the networking portion of all those, or this particular hypervisor which we have right clicked here, right? So, and then the properties here. So let's quickly create another virtual machine, but this time the wizard will be totally different. We've been creating virtual machines in a standalone hypervisor. Now this is a central enterprise grade application. So how do you create a virtual machine in this software? So if you've right clicked on 3, let's click create virtual machine. So it says that select the source for the new virtual machine, use an existing virtual machine, VM template or virtual hard disk here, or create a new virtual machine with a blank virtual hard disk. So we don't have an existing, actually we do have, but let's just create a new virtual machine with a blank virtual hard disk. So we're remotely creating from server 2 from SCVMM application on this hypervisor, which is another machine now. So create a virtual machine. If you selected that, click next. Do not miss the summary of this wizard, right? So summary would be like, all the information in one screenshot kind of thing. Okay, so I have just 2 left. I need to really devise something. Or we are just extending today. Oh, just kidding. Okay, so your first name, I think we created the virtual machines like that. Your first name, VM03. Maybe we haven't created 3 yet. We have just created 2 machines till now. So, and there's that generation 1 and generation 2 machines. Let's just stick to the latest ones, which are generation 2. We did talk about that when we were creating virtual machines in hypervisor, Hyper-V itself. So let's just go for generation 2 now, and go down to next. So now it just offers a big, long list of options here. That first of all, configure hardware, and this is virtual hardware. You want to go for how many processors, how much memory you want to give it, and how much disk you want to give, how many network cards you want to give to that, and what other advanced options you want to give. So first of all, what hypervisor it is compatible for? Is it for Zen server, Hyper-V, or ESX server? Which one? Oh yeah, that was a very simple question, I guess, or very difficult as well. So anyway, so Hyper-V, select that. Go ahead and select that, guys. Then this is the compatibility. Definitely this is Hyper-V, and then processor. So we can just stick to one processor now because we have a poor hypervisor 3, which is 4 GB RAM and just 2 processors there. So and then if we go for memory, we can give it 512. We can keep it 512 as well. It's an empty virtual machine we're going to be creating there. Dynamic as well. If we click the static, it's just going to stick to this much RAM here. Dynamic means then it will be startup memory. It will start with this memory, and minimum it will keep at least whatever you want, which means reservation, and maximum limit you want to give. If you want to give, then you can put it here. and memory buffer percentage, so it's gonna keep some memory in the buffer or as a reserve, that if it needed, it will just use that memory. So right now it's static, so it's not gonna move up beyond this one. So we're just gonna keep it like this, 512, and then we have a hard disk here, right? So let's go down to SCSI adapter and then go down to this disk and create a new virtual disk is there, and we could make it pass-through disk. Remember that lab of pass-through disk, we can just create it from here. So it's creating a new disk, contains the operating system for the virtual machine. Well, we do not intend to do that now. So, well, okay, let's just keep it selected here. Type is dynamic. What are the other options here? Fixed. So fixed means that it's going to require that much disk space on the physical disk as well. And dynamic means whatever you install, it's just going to occupy that much space on the physical disk. So fixed is that it's going to, here it is 40 GB, right? So it's going to expect 40 GB all free on physical disk. It's going to occupy the whole 40 GB on the physical disk. So anyway, we're going to just keep it like this and keep it dynamic, so we could save some space here. And file name is your first name, virtual machine. So this is a disk name here. If you go to the DVD here, here we could have attached the operating system as well if you wanted, but we have done that already. How to attach an operating system and then install a virtual machine. We did that on a hypervisor. That's the same way we can do it here as well if we wanted to. Then there are network cards here. Remember, we had to add 2 network cards, so we can add network cards here as well. If you click that and click new, you would be adding another network card. And let's go ahead with okay, so we don't have any fiber channel adapters, and then advanced availability, it is normal. It's not highly available virtual machine now. It is still on the local disk of the hypervisor here. Firmware, if we go enable secure boot, how to set the boot order for generation 2 virtual machine. So secure boot is that it will be encrypted files. It will be more secure. So CPU priority, it's normal, but you want to give high priority, it will then grab the processor and ask the processor, hey, I want this much CPU cycles whenever this machine starts. So you can give a priority here as well. And then virtual NUMA here, which is just enable this option to configure the desired virtual NUMA topology for this virtual machine. With virtual NUMA, the virtual machine's processors and memory are grouped into nodes, and nodes can be grouped into sockets. So it collects or groups together virtual machine processor and memory and makes them available for the virtual machine, current virtual machine, if you want to enable it. So the main thing is it's just going to increase the progress or performance of the machine. Memory weight. So when memory usage on a host is high, virtual machines with higher priority are allocated memory resources before virtual machines with a lower priority. So remember that it could be a question as well, what is memory weight? Or I could just put some other definition there and just say that this is memory weight. So memory weight is that if when there is a lot of demand during the peak hours of the office timing, everyone is using virtual machines. So at that time, every virtual machine is asking for as much memory as possible. So at that time, if you increase the weight of this machine, so it will have more priority than other virtual machines. If the weight is normal, this means everyone gets equal amount of memory. But if you put the weight high here, this means other virtual machines are like not VIP, and this virtual machine becomes VIP, right? Very important personality. Okay, virtual machinality. Okay, so anyway, so memory weight, remember, it's for more priority for the virtual machine if you put it on high. So we get that. Okay, configure hardware is okay. We have just selected the Hyper-V option here, and the rest we haven't made any changes other than that anywhere else, I guess. Yeah, just the Hyper-V we have selected there. No other changes here. So click next. So place a virtual machine on a host, and that is, you could have created any other set of folders. Suppose under the all hosts, we could just create a subfolder called Toronto hosts, then New York hosts, then Sao Paulo host or London host or Calgary host. So we could have created subfolders there as well, and whichever hosts are remotely connected to this SCVMM would show there. But here it's just all hosts. So click next, and then there is select a desired destination for the virtual machine. So which host you want to put this virtual machine on. Now you can see the 3 stars there for both virtual machines. So rating is because of how much compatible this host is for this virtual machine. So if I click the 3 machine here, go ahead and select the machine number 3 here, select, and star rating is 3, right? So placement has finished calculating ratings for each potential destination of this virtual machine. Now this word placement, it only means that which host here, which hypervisor is best suited for this virtual machine. Again, what is placement? Placement means that which hypervisor is best suited for this virtual machine. Suppose there are 50 hypervisors here, and 3 or 4 hypervisors are 5 stars. All others are 3 or 4 stars. So this means that maybe they have enough memory there, they have a lot of memory, lot of CPU, and lot of SSD disk there. So that's why they are 5 stars, and others are 3 stars or 2 stars because of lesser hardware available. So star rating just means that which hypervisor is best suited for this particular virtual machine, right? Actually both are on 3 stars right now. So rating explanation you can see here as well. This one, click that. Not enough memory available due to the host reserve at level, placement reserve level. Total memory at this reserve level for use by existing and new virtual machines is 0 MB. Wow, that's a very less memory. Anyway, it says that not enough memory is available. That's why the rating is like that, 3 stars. Anyway, let's just still select 3 here, host number 3. So normally we are supposed to select whichever has the best rating here. So let's click next if you've selected host 3. Now here it says configure settings. So here review the virtual machine settings here, and this is the main C drive in hypervisor 3 or machine 3. On the local C drive we're going to be creating that virtual machine. If we click the networking, go ahead and click the networking, which just shows nothing, and fiber channel, nothing, machine resources, that's it. If you click the virtual disk, that's all it shows, that it's a blank disk here right now. So we're good. Review the virtual machine settings. So this is is this the final setting? There's no finito here, right? So still we haven't changed anything on the configure settings area. There is still select networks, there is still add properties, and then summary. Do not miss this summary page, right? Okay, so click next, and now be careful here, select networks. So there is one network adapter that we're going to attach to this newly created machine. Is that network adapter going to be connected to any switch? So we have only one switch in hypervisor 3, the 03 hypervisor, right? See this? So your first name external switch, if you see that, you should be, then select it. So, and once you selected that switch, there is that VM network showing here as well. If I click that, it doesn't click. If I go for these 3 dots here, it does shows me again the switch here. If I select that and press OK, so VM network is still, the virtual switch is the same, and the VM network also has the same virtual switch, which is okay. Just go ahead and click the 3 dots here, and just go ahead and select and press OK here as well. So both of VM network is also dependent on the switch, and the actual switch name is also this. We don't have VLAN, we don't have any port classification here, we don't need to do anything here. So if that is selected, then let's click next. Now we have the automatic actions. Select an action to perform automatically when the virtualization server starts. Don't turn on the virtual machine. And the other options are always turn on the virtual machine and turn on the virtual machine if it was running when the physical server stopped. So anyway, so we can just stick to don't turn on the virtual machine. Action to take when the virtualization server stops. So if the hypervisor goes down, the machine will save everything in, so machine will try to save whatever the users were doing, right? Save state, this is the safest option. Otherwise, if the host Hyper-V stops, then it can also turn off. It can shut down guest OS. But we can click to save state, so it will at least save whatever was going on, whatever work was going on. So this is a good setting here. Operating system right now we can select 2012, but we can select any one of those other operating system as well. So keep these options selected here, and let's click next. And this summary shows actually nothing. I thought it will just show everything, hardware, destination. That's not fair. Okay, start the virtual machine after deploying. Nope. So guys, take your second last screenshot. I ran out of screenshots. That's not fair. Okay, anyway, 24th screenshot here. Last screenshot, we need to make it count as well. So let's go for some very long process. Too long. And after that, just grab the summary. Just kidding. Okay, so here, confirm the settings and make sure that create virtual machine is showing there, and make sure, well, your name is showing anywhere here. So we're doing that from server 2 here, right? So click create. If you've taken a 24th screenshot here, click create. So it opens the recent jobs portal here, or the page here, and I hope everyone got the green. Hey, that's not fair. This process is so simple. It doesn't deserve a screenshot. Come on. Oh, so was it green for everyone? No errors?
Yeah, there's React pretty much. Oh. If you scroll down, it's errors, but that's not the flag.
Okay. So if we go up, we can go. Yeah, it's still the same. So okay, guys, minimize this. And the new machine that got created, if you minimize that, in server 3, in VMs and services, do you see your newly created machine here? So this machine is created here in server 3. If you click that machine, go ahead and click that. And then there is right click here as well on that machine. So go ahead and power on. Since we are really going down with all the resources here, we don't have much resources, but still. So I see it running. Everyone sees it running? Wow, it's still 8:34 only. So we can make 4 portions of the next screenshot, right? So it's called screenshot let. It's a smaller screenshot than the actual screenshot, right? So there's a stair. So let me just get back. So so the final screenshot. Okay. No, just for today we are extending to 35. No, okay. I tried that before. So this machine got created. It's working fine. We're good. So there's shutdown, and that's just all the virtual machine related settings here. Now if we go up a little to VM networks here, this one. So we're still in VMs and services, and we click VM networks. So you can see just one switch created here, right? And that is the switch that if you click that switch in VM networks here, so where does it switch? Which does it show that which host it belongs to?
I see 2: external, my name, external vSwitch, and virtual domain.
So you see 2 external switch. Are you gonna click?
I got 3. I got 3.
I got 4.
I still have 2.
Really? Hey, that's not fair. Yeah, it should just show all those. Why not? Why not to me? But why?
Almost is right.
Okay, so we also click the tenants here. Tenants, I'm still clicking. Does it still show you the switch?
It still shows me the same two networks. Oh, no, it doesn't.
Now it's working.
Once, yeah, it still shows me the same two.
And the clouds?
That shows me nothing.
Yeah, because we haven't created any cloud yet.
Network shows me two.
Create service, create. Okay, so we see VM networks here, and somehow it's just showing me one. But we're just gonna go down to then storage. Let's just click the storage. Once you click the storage, you see two virtual machines here or three.
Or three.
It's okay. Oh, I have less virtual machines. You have more, which is okay. Any number of virtual machines. So if we expand our virtual machine, which we just created now, so it's the local disk of that virtual machine showing. If you go for any other virtual machine, that's the local disk of those virtual machines is showing. So it's overall storage. It is showing here. If we right click the storage here, we are unable to right click. It doesn't let us right click, right? So if we right click the networks, it does right click here. So this means it is able to let us create a network. If we right click on the tenants here, we can still go for user role here. So these are some of the options that I wanted you to see. So let's go way down here to, we have tried to go inside the VMs and services, then the fabric. In the fabric, if we go up a little, so we have all hosts. Inside the all hosts, we have all the hosts we have, right? So then there is infrastructure under the servers as well, and that infrastructure has library servers, PXE servers. PXE is pre-boot execution environment. So if you want to remotely deploy something, then you use PXE servers there. So update servers here. If you click that, vCenter servers. We don't have a VMware vCenter, but we have VMM server, right? So if you click VMM server, you can see your own server 2 here. If we go within the fabric, if we go now to networking, now you can see that you can configure a lot of stuff here. Logical networks, MAC address pools, load balancers, VIP templates, logical switches, port profiles, port classifications, and network service. So that's a lot of stuff here. If within the networking, you can click the network service here, and there you go. It shows nothing. So because we haven't created anything. So we will be, if you go down to storage now and keep going down to storage, classification and pools, providers, arrays, file servers, fiber channel, fabrics. So we don't have any one of those. But if you go to the file servers, we haven't added any. So this all should also be just cleared and clean. So just to see and go through all the options here, if we go further down to library itself, click the library here, then go up. Now you have templates option. You can create a virtual machine template. From that you can create as many clones as possible, right? So how about we start creating a template? Woohoo! Yeah. Hey, it's 8:40. Come on, we still have 1 hour 20 minutes to, I was gonna say kill, but no, to actually do some really useful work, to be productive in. So okay, so let's go for a template. Let's go for some very, very long lab now, right? Okay, there's a stair. So template machine. Okay, so let's just do it this way. Create one template, create one clone out of that. We're good then. So right now let's quickly create a template first. So how many types of templates we can create? Service templates, VM templates. Normally we want to go for VM template. So right click on the template and you see this, create VM template, right? So click that VM template here, and either we can go for use an existing VM template or a virtual hard disk stored in the library. We don't have both of them. So from an existing virtual machine that is deployed on a host, we just deployed a virtual machine there, right? So we can create a template out of that as well. So if you select the second option here, then click browse, and the machine that we just created, select that, the machine we just created, select that and press OK. And this also has a summary option here. Oh man, seriously? I'm cornered now. Summary option. I must reach that option at 10 o'clock, right? It's like screenshot, screenshot, screenshot. Hey, I was just kidding. Come on. You got serious. So so from an existing virtual machine, and this machine has been selected, and click next. Ooh. Ooh. Do we all get this? So creating a template will destroy the source virtual machine. The virtual hard disks of the virtual machine will be generalized to create the new template, and any user data on the virtual machine may be lost. We know that it's an empty virtual machine already. To prevent this, you can create a clone of this machine before using it to create a template. Do you want to continue? Yes. Si, senor. Or oui. So, and then VM template name, your first name, VM template. Hey. Screenshot. Oh, just kidding. Okay, so here, once you put your name, VM template here, click next. Oh man, we're just 5 options away from summary. Huh? So, configure hardware. So, do we need a break at this time?
No.
There's a very strict no now. Hey, teach, just let us go. That's it. So, configure hardware. And it's already Hyper-V selected because we selected on that particular machine. So, it has all those options here, right? So, let's click next. Oh, we're ahead now. Configure operating system. Hey, I have an idea. We can install an operating system now. That would definitely take 1 hour. What? Okay. Operating system here, then identity information. Let's click that second one. Computer name, we can just put any computer name, because if this is a template and you want to create 100 clones out of that, so you can just give any computer name to start with. To randomly generate a computer name, enter an asterisk as the computer name. So this will randomly just generate a computer name here. So that's this could be a very good tricky question here. So anyway, good luck with those tricky questions. Admin password, so asterisk is there for if you want to randomly generate, if you want SCVMM to randomly generate, usernames, not username, computer names. Admin password, let's go for admin password here. No local administrator credential required, or specify the password for local administrator account or run as account. So, well, because I wish we had an operating system inside. Hey, we have another machine that has an operating system inside, right? The MIG machine. Exactly as you confirmed by saying no. So that
The big machine doesn't.
doesn't?
No. The other ones do.
Oh, how come I don't have that other one?
Two.
Okay, anyway, so we're going to be creating another template. In fact, next class, or maybe in this class, I might ask you to do a task 2. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Okay, we have a reaction here. So, okay, let's continue then in that case. So, product key, so admin password we're not giving because it's an empty machine, right? So, product key, well, we don't need that too. Time zone, we are in Eastern Time, US and Canada. Roles, if you go for that, now you can see that for the template machine, you can add any of those roles already there. So when it creates a clone, it will already install any of these roles there. So if you are creating a clone and you want Hyper-V installed there, you want server for NFS, which is Linux machine, well, it's gonna not be Linux machine, it's gonna be just Linux shared folder can be created here, and any other roles and features that you want, so you can just add here as well. In fact, oh, did he say in fact? Okay, so, okay, FSRM, this one, although we don't even have an operating system here, right? So we're just testing that if we can just select and is it going to show in the end or not. So let's go for, well, you have to keep going down till the file and storage services, then file and SQL services. I hope everyone got it right. But I'm not going for a screenshot. I can't. So I learned a very, learned a lesson that let's not go for lots of screenshots in the start of the class. So, and then I have to keep my promise of 25 maximum. After that, I could start a lecture. Yeah. Oh, okay. So, yeah, it's so much fun. Oh, okay. Anyway, so features here, roles. We select something that we want to inside the template machine. So we selected that. Features, we don't have to select any of those. In fact, oh, did he say in fact again? Okay. So here. Okay, failover clustering. About this feature, you must know that if you put their MCSA or you know Microsoft very well, you have to know this. This is a 4-hour lab I do normally, and we do failover testing, crash testing as well, and we prove that it's highly available. So once we go down here, so here we have selected two options, one in role, one in features, and then domain. So you want all the clones to join the domain when they are created. Automatically they will be joined to the domain as well. That's pretty cool feature here, that you want the clone to be fully joined to the domain as well. So we don't have an operating system, but later we're going to be doing that too. Answer file. Anyone knows what's the purpose of an answer file? Okay, that was simple. That was easy. So give the answer when. So when you're deploying a clone on an empty machine, suppose that clone asks that put a product key now. So answer file will automatically put a product key. Suppose it's asked what is your time zone, and it stops there. So answer key will provide that time zone automatically. So the answer file answers those questions which the operating system asks during the installation. For those answer, normally it stops for an input from a user, right? If you create an answer file, it will automatically grab all the answers from the answer file and then keep on going. You don't have to then touch that operating system. It will automatically get all the answers. It will automatically install without you being there. Okay, so then we have here GUI run once commands. If you need any commands, you can just do that. So we don't need any of those. We just selected one role. We just selected one feature here. We're good. And click next. So select library server. Right now it's 4-star here. This means that this is best suitable server for this template machine here. And if I go down here and click details here, so it shows that this session meets all of the requirements of this virtual machine, and we don't have a SAN here, so that's why it's not showing any. So then we go click next. So select the share location to save this virtual machine to. Right now it is just on that server, but if I click the browse button here, which shared location this template will be created on. So if I click the browse button, it shows that, okay, which exact path you want to save it on. If we expand that, there are two folders, but we can just try to select MS SCVMM library, right? Try to select MS SCVMM library and press OK here. Let's see if it lets us create this path and go ahead. So if you've done that, click next. What kind of summary is this? That's the worst summary ever. So that doesn't deserve to be called summary.
I think that's great. That's awesome.
Okay. Wait here. There's another way. See this? View script. If you click view script here, okay, that's pretty messed up. Screenshot, okay, screen. One screenshot coming up with fries and pop. Oh, okay. Yeah, it does show your name here. It does show your name here as well. Okay, that would do. So open the view script, and then, no, I don't want to say that. That's my final one. Oh yeah, I did mention screenshotlets. These are small screenshots. So one screenshot can be divided into smaller thumbnails, right? Oh, there's a stair. Okay, let's just take the screenshot now. Okay. Okay, lesson learned. Never take so many screenshots at the start of the class. So take a screenshot while showing the word summary here. If you take a screenshot while the summary is hidden like this, so it will not be acceptable. Make sure the summary in the background is showing when you're taking this screenshot, right? So I could know that, oh, this view script has information, but this is the summary here, right? So make sure the summary word is showing. And if you've taken a screenshot, have we?
Yes.
Okay, there was that excited, confident, loud yes with smile and, you know, mixture of happiness there. Oh, just kidding. Yeah. What's the question? Oh.
So by accident I clicked like continue and then I did not take screenshot.
Oh, that's -1. Right now it's -12 outside.
So it's -12. Yeah, I know. Is there anything like else I can like?
So has it created the machine?
Well, in the job it said yeah, it says create template, but then there's an extra.
If it's showing in the job, that's good enough as well. So minimize this or close this if you've taken a screenshot and click create. Oops. Hey, it failed. That's not fair.
Yeah, that's what I get.
A template cannot be created from virtual machine 03. Stop or shut down the virtual machine. Oh, we were supposed to stop and shut down. So let's start over. What? So shouldn't we start over? Right?
No, we can do it next time.
Next time? It's 8:54. Yeah. But that saves you just last half hour, right?
So what are you saying?
Well, I'm just saying that.
I just need to know what you're saying.
I'm just still thinking loud.
Okay.
So did everyone get the failed line here?
Yes.
Click the failed line
Okay.
so I could see the reason clearly here. And that would be your final screenshot number 26. But if you get the 26 screenshot, you're okay. Otherwise, we just go back, shut down the machine and start over. Oh, one more screenshot is good than going for the whole thing again, right? No, because this tells me that, okay, if we had shut down the machine, it would have just be successful. That's the only difference, right? So the process is same. It's just that we should have shut down the machine. So click that create template, the failed status, and make sure this one is showing clearly here. This one is showing clearly, right? So that would be your 26th screenshot. We break the rules today, but for a greater good, I guess. So hey, that's not fair. Since we break the rules already, okay. Okay, guys, upload.
Yeah.
Wow, that was wow today, right? Okay, we still have 2 more classes. We're gonna just fill up in next class. Okay, guys, I'll click the I'll stop.